Ever wondered what goes on in a woman's mind when she reads your text? Why some guys get instant replies while others get ignored or left on read? I used to think texting was just about saying the right words, but after talking to Anna, I realized I was dead wrong. Anna is one of those women who never has an empty inbox. She's attractive, confident, and gets DMs from guys all the time. One night, over coffee, I asked her straight up, "What makes you actually want to text a guy back?" She smirked, took a sip of her drink, and said, "Most guys don't even make it past the first text." That caught me off guard. I thought women at least gave guys a chance to prove themselves over time. But no, Anna explained that within seconds of reading a message, she already knows if she's interested or if she's going to ignore it. Seconds. And then she dropped the bombshell. Most men are either too boring, too predictable, or try way too hard. None of those work. That's when I knew I had to dig deeper. What exactly makes a guy stand out? What kind of texts actually spark interest? And most importantly, how do you text in a way that makes her want to talk to you? Stick around, because what Anna revealed changed the way I see texting forever. And trust me, most men are doing it all wrong. So what's the first mistake guys make? I asked Anna. She leaned back, rolled her eyes, and said, "Oh God, where do I even start?" Then she grabbed her phone, scrolled through her messages, and showed me. It was exactly what I expected. Dozens of messages saying, "Hey, what's up?" or "How's your day?" She sighed. Do guys really think this is going to get a response? Here's the problem with texts like this. They're lazy. They don't show confidence, personality, or any real reason for her to reply. Think about it. Women get hundreds of these messages. If you send the same thing, you blend in with the rest of the noise. But here's what's even worse. Guys who try too hard. Anna laughed and showed me another message. "Hey gorgeous, I bet you've never met a guy like me before." She rolled her eyes again. Why do guys think this works? Trying too hard to be flirty, mysterious, or overly confident doesn't impress women. It makes them cringe. It feels forced. And when something feels forced, it comes off as fake. So what should you send instead? Anna said something that stuck with me. The best texts feel natural. They show confidence without trying too hard. Instead of "Hey" or "What's up?" try something specific and direct. If you met her on a dating app, mention something from her profile. Didn't expect to see someone into hobby. How'd you get into that? Or if you met her in real life, bring up a shared experience. That conversation about topic was too good to leave unfinished. So here's a random question. If you had to pick one city to live in forever, where would it be? The point is, make your text stand out. Don't be just another "hey" in her inbox. After roasting most of the texts she received, Anna leaned forward and said, "But here's the real problem. Most guys expect me to carry the conversation." I was confused. "Wait, what do you mean?" She smirked. "Look, I get that some guys are shy, but if I have to do all the work in the conversation, I lose interest, fast. And that's where most men fail. They treat texting like a Q&A session, waiting for her to ask something, then replying with short, uninspired answers. Anna pulled up another example. A guy had asked her, "How was your day?" She replied, "Pretty good, just got back from yoga." Then he said, "Nice, I've never done yoga before." And that was it. I asked her, "So why didn't you continue the conversation?" She shook her head. "Because it's boring. He gave me nothing to work with." That's when it hit me. Women don't want to do the heavy lifting in conversations. They're used to being pursued. They expect men to lead. So how do you fix this? Instead of waiting for her to guide the conversation, you take control. If she says she does yoga, don't just acknowledge it, expand on it. Wrong way, "Nice, I've never done yoga before." Right way, "Never tried it, but I hear it's great for flexibility. Be honest, if I took a class, would I embarrass myself?" See the difference? One is passive, the other invites engagement. And the best part? When you lead the conversation, you create momentum. And momentum is what separates the guys she forgets from the ones she actually wants to keep talking to. At this point, I was starting to see the bigger picture. Texting isn't just about saying the right words, it's about creating a feeling. So I asked Anna, "What makes you actually want to keep texting a guy?" She thought for a second and said, "When it feels natural, effortless, like we're actually connecting, not just exchanging information." That made sense. Most men text like they're filling out a job application. Where are you from? What do you do for work? What are your hobbies? All logical questions. But none of them create an experience. Anna explained, when a guy texts me, I want to feel something. Excitement, curiosity, a little mystery. If it just feels like a checklist, I lose interest. And that's where most men go wrong. They ask questions, but they don't make her feel anything. So how do you fix it? You bring emotion into the conversation. Instead of, what do you do for work? Try, what's the one thing about your job that no one understands? Instead of, what are your hobbies? Try, if you could wake up tomorrow and be the best in the world at one hobby, what would it be? See the difference? One is informational, the other creates a conversation. Anna summed it up perfectly. I want to feel like I'm talking to a man with personality, not a robot following a script. And that's the key. Women don't just want texts, they want engaging texts. Texts that make them feel something. By now, I understood how to start a conversation and keep it engaging. But then I asked Anna the question every guy wants to know. How does a guy smoothly ask you out over text? She smirked. Most guys overcomplicate it. She showed me a message from a guy that said, "Hey, so I was thinking maybe we could hang out sometime. What do you like to do for fun?" She rolled her eyes. Too vague, too indecisive. It's like he's asking for permission instead of leading. Then she showed me another text, one that actually worked. "I'm checking out this new jazz bar on Friday. You should come. Bet you'd love the vibe." She looked at me and said, "That's how you do it." Here's why this works. 1, it's confident. No hesitation, no maybe we could. It's a statement, not a weak suggestion. 2, it gives a clear plan. Women don't want to be the ones figuring out where to go. A solid plan makes saying yes easier. 3, it creates intrigue. Instead of just asking, "Want to grab a drink?" it frames the invitation in a way that sparks curiosity. If she says yes, perfect. You've got a date. If she says she's busy but suggests another time, great, she's interested. But if she just says, "I'll let you know," or doesn't offer an alternative, move on. Anna put it simply, if I'm interested, I'll make time. If I'm not, I won't. It's that simple. And that was another light bulb moment. Women don't forget to text back. If she's into you, she'll find a way. If she's not, take the hint and don't chase. At this point, I had learned how to start a conversation, keep it engaging, and set up the date. But then I asked Anna something every guy struggles with. How often should a guy text you? She smiled. Enough to keep me interested, but not so much that I get bored. I laughed. That's vague, she shrugged. That's because there's no one-size-fits-all answer. But here's what I can tell you. If a guy texts me too much, I start feeling suffocated. If he texts me too little, I assume he's not that interested. The key is balance. Most guys either spam her with messages all day, making themselves too available, wait too long, trying to play it cool, and end up forgotten. Neither works. The best strategy? Text when you have something to say. If she responds with energy, keep the momentum going. If she starts giving one-word answers or taking hours to reply, pull back. Anna explained it like this. If I like a guy, I want to hear from him. But if he starts texting too much without giving me space to miss him, I lose interest. So instead of thinking, should I text her now? Ask yourself, do I have something interesting to say? And if the answer is no, then don't text. Simple. At this point, I had one last question for Anna. What kind of guys do women actually want to text back? She didn't hesitate. The ones who don't need us. That caught me off guard. Wait, what do you mean? She leaned in. Most guys text because they're trying to win the girl. But the ones we're actually drawn to, they're the guys who already have a life, who don't make us the center of their world. And that's when everything clicked. Most men approach texting with the wrong mindset. They're chasing, they're waiting, they're hoping for a response. But the guys women actually want? They're not waiting around. They text when they want. They set up dates without overthinking. They don't care if one girl loses interest because they know there are others. Anna summed it up perfectly. The second I feel like a guy is too desperate for my attention, I lose interest. That's the key. Stop texting like a guy who's afraid to lose her. Start texting like a guy who knows his worth. And if she's not into you, move on. There are millions of women out there. You don't need to waste time on one who isn't excited to talk to you. The guys who get women to text back aren't the ones who try the hardest. They're the ones who already have something worth texting about. So now you know exactly what women actually want when it comes to texting. Forget the generic "hey" messages. Stop expecting her to lead the conversation. And most importantly, stop texting like a guy who's desperate for her approval. Instead, lead the conversation with confidence. Make her feel something. Set up dates the right way. And remember, you are the prize. If she's interested, she'll respond. If she's not, don't waste another second on her. Now let me ask you this. Have you been making any of these texting mistakes? Drop a yes if you have, or no if your texting game is already on point. And if you want more real, no BS dating insights, make sure to subscribe. More game-changing videos are coming your way, and you don't want to miss them. See you in the next one.